Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Safira Ramadhani. I am from English Education Department Unit 3. So today I want to explain about my proposal. The title, my PowerPoint according to my proposal. The title is the application of learner autonomy in the process of developing foreign language at IAIN Langsa. So the first I want to explain about the background. The first is the concept of autonomy has a political and philosophical origin. Traced back to ancient Greece, the word autonomy consists of two parts, autos and nomos, which indicates a state that is self-ruled or self-governed. The approach of applied linguistics in special purpose for promoting foreign language teaching learning at UPT Pengembangan Bahasa of IAIN Langsa. The approach indicates about the several measures of IAIN Langsa require implementing special purpose of contextual specific word, verb, and so on as its distinctive characters. The UPT applied to language, English and Arabic. These two languages share account for faculties with 4 to 6 majors. Jadi menurut si Grace, konsep autonomi itu terbagi atas dua bagian. Yang pertama itu autos atau self, yaitu diri sendiri, and nomos or rule or law atau hukum dan aturan gitu. Jadi dapat diartikan kalau otonomi itu adalah memerintah diri sendiri atau kita yang mengatur diri kita sendiri gitu. Jadi di dalam UPT Pengembangan Bahasa IAIN Langsa mereka menggunakan dua bahasa, yaitu bahasa Inggris dan bahasa Arab. Dan dua bahasa tersebut digunakan oleh 4 fakultas yang terdiri dari 4 sampai 6 jurusan. And then the next is that this article critically summarizes various aspects of learner autonomy in foreign language education as target language. Jadi artikel ini tuh secara umum merangkum aspek dari learner autonomy ini dalam pendidikan bahasa asing sebagai bahasa target dalam pendekatan learner autonomy tersebut. Jadi sebenarnya di dalam learner autonomy ini di sini dijelaskan bahwa sebenarnya kita yang dapat mengatur diri kita sendiri untuk melaksanakan pendekatan learner autonomy itu. Ya, seperti yang artinya tadi, arti dari menurut Grace tadi, yang artinya itu self government. Jadi kita yang mengatur diri kita sendiri. Apakah kita bisa menjalani pendekatan learner autonomy itu? And then next, identification of problems. The first is use of the application of the linguistic approach to learning foreign language, and then the second is learner autonomy in foreign language education. And then the scope of the problem is this research was carried out in UPT IAIN Langsa language development, and the research this time used was quantitative research. Quantitative, and used questionnaires and tryouts for data collection with a sample of 16 students, and the study was conducted in 2021. So watch the research question. The research question is, do learner autonomy improving foreign language at IAIN Langsa? And then, what the research objective? The objective is to investigate the progress of learner autonomy in improving foreign language. And then what the purpose? The purpose is to discover and investigate the progress of learner autonomy in improving foreign language. And then there are the literature review. Yeah. So first I want to explain about learner autonomy. According to Holake, learner autonomy is the ability to take change of one's own learning, which is specific as to have and to hold the responsibility for all indication concerning all aspect of this learning. And then the next is about autonomous learning. According to Benson, state that autonomous learning facilities target language use in the larger world that lies beyond the immediate learning environment and allows the learner to take maximum advantage of the language learning opportunities that continually arise in language use. And then the last is about foreign language. According to Littlewood, a foreign language is learned primarily for contact outside one's own community. And then the next is hypothesis. So the H0 learner autonomy improve foreign language at IAIN Langsa. And then H1 learner autonomy does not improve foreign language at IAIN Langsa. And then the location in this research is in UPT Pengembangan Bahasa IAIN Langsa. And then the time is at June at 20 and 21. So the population. The population is all members of the research subject according to Aripunto. And then the population in this research is 60 students consisting of 3 units in the department. And then the sample. Sample is part of the population which is investigated according to Aripunto 2. And then if the quantity of research subject less than 100, then it will be better to take all of it. And then the variable, there are 2 variables. Those variables are the first is the independent variable. Independent variable is variable that influence because of change or emergence of the dependent variable. The independent variable in this research is learner autonomy. And then the second is dependent variable. The dependent variable is a variable that was affected or that became the result because of the existence of the independent variable. The dependent variable in this study is an educational goal, teaching foreign language at UPT Pengembangan Bahasa IAIN Langsa. And then what the research design of this research? So the researchers or I use a quantitative method in the form of a survey design. Jadi saya menggunakan metode kuantitatif. Jadi saya mengambil data dengan menggunakan questionnaire dan tryout tadi. And then the data collection, the first is determining the population in selecting sample, and then tryout the questionnaire, and then distributing questionnaire, and then analyzing, interpreting, and concluding data. And then the data instrument. I use two data, and then the first is questionnaire. Questionnaire is a research instrument consisting of a series of questions and other prompts for the purpose of getting information from respondents. And then the second is tryout. Related to the test, according to Brown, sees a test as an instrument or procedures designed to elicit the performance of the learner with the purpose of measuring their attainment of specific criteria. And then the research procedure. In this research is a process, which is a series of steps that are carried out in a plain and systematic way to get a solution to a problem or get answer to certain question. So the steps or procedures undertaken must be compatible and mutually supportive of each other, so that the research carried out has sufficient weight and provides conclusions that are not in doubt. So the first is look for or find the problems, and then try to study, and then hypothesis, and then determine and arrange instruments, and then choose an approach, and then the second is collecting data. So what is a we can look for a find. So we can look or find the problems of this research. Yeah. Every work must have a research problem to solve. Formulation of research problem is not easy where encoding for various researchers is expected to solve existing problem. Yeah, and then the second is we must survey of available data, and then researchers examine the result, yeah, hypothesis, and then use the instrument, yeah, to a tool for a researcher to collect data, and then just an approach to choosing to be more precisely placed after the result firmly determines the research variable, and then collecting data, ya udah pasti ya collecting data to because to get data, yeah, if we not use collecting data, we can have the data to make the research. And then the last is data analysis. So the first is collecting data. The second is identify data, and then classifying data, and then explaining, and then tabulating, and the last is evaluating. So there is my explanation about my PowerPoint. If I have a mistake, I have apologies. For the light, say assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.